again. For you guys who don't know me, my name's Ryan Salisbury, and I'm here at Whittleford Pit, just outside Cambridgeshire. If you didn't watch my last episode, I'll tell you a bit about the lake itself. It's a 2.5 to 3 acre lake, just on the outskirts of Cambridgeshire. It's got a small head of carp, ranging between 10 to 15 carp. No one actually knows how many is in here because no one fishes it due to the thickness of the weed. The lake itself is covered in about 80% of weed. It's not that Canadian weed, it's that thick blanket weed. In most parts of the lake, it's literally either an inch or is sticking out the water. But last time I was here, I was fortunate enough to catch one, sneak one out the margins. So hopefully that's the tactics I'm going to use this time again, and hopefully catch another. I'm only doing a short night session, so about 14 hours fishing worth of fishing. But obviously my key things I like to do is I've prepped, so I've got more time in the water with my rods than I have prepping stuff on the bank. But I'm going to show you the rigs I use. So the first rig I use, and this is the one that got me last time. I had 4 takes on it, and I only lost 1 fish. And so it's the armoured coated stiff. Obviously you can see how stiff it is. When I push it back, this helps with the boom away from the weight and keeps the rig itself away from the weight itself and pins it down. On this part here, I haven't put it on because I want to show you, is that I put a BB shot, and then I put a pop up on the end, and then that makes the hook sit up like this in the water bed. I like to keep a nice gap between the boilie. A long hair, to be honest with you, because I like to keep a gap between the boilie and the hook. And what I do is once I thread it through the back of the eye of the hook, I give it 2-3 turns, then I pull the hair out the way, and then I whip it another 3, 4, 5 times. And what this does, it just to me anyway, and when it sits up, the hook's got loads of areas it can grab onto. So, but yeah, like I said, I put a BB shot there, and then that would just sit in the water, in the lake bed itself. I caught me a fish last time, caught me 3, so I've gone with this on both rods again. Also I'm going to show you the baits I've been using. This is what I've been using most of the summertime, to be honest with you. I've been using boilies and particles, obviously hemp and maize, and pellet. But obviously I've got a video to show you what I've been using. Also through this episode I'm going to talk about the actual locations where I'm fishing. The fish are actually about, I say 40 to 50 yards over there. I can see them now, they're just swallowing over in the weed. At night time they're going to push out of there and they start roaming around the back of the lake, and then they also come in close in. So my tactics this time is going to be same again, find a gravel spot, which I found two places, bait them up, and then hopefully get the fish to come onto my bait, and I'm quite confident they will. So if I catch anything, I'll update the blog, but let's talk about the locations where I'm fishing and the bait I'm using. Cheers. Now I'm going to talk to you about location. So the last time I was there, I had a couple of chod rigs chucked out along the back in the weed. I had a take during the night, but apart from that one, I only had 1 take. I kept walking around the lake and then watching the fish. They seemed to be roaming around the back of the lake and then coming in quite close into the margins late at night in the evenings, and they were swimming under my rod tips. So what I did, I found a gravel spot, and I'm going to show you the gravel spot now, and then and this is where I got my fish last time. So just to prove to you that I'm not lying to you, there's my rod tips. So literally from the 5th ring sorry, you can see my rod tip. I've got a hanging over tree here, and obviously we've got the bank down here. So literally I've got slack lines. I can zoom in and show you. So I've got a slack line, and then what that slack line's doing is just laying straight down in front of itself. And the place I'm fishing, visibility, but you can just see the gravel pit. You can see the lightness in the you can just see the gravel pit here, just under the tree, and it goes out to 2, 3, 4 foot. I've just pre-baited up the area, and you can just see my boilie there, my pop-up, just sat there off the bed, and you can see the fish swimming around it. And all I've done there is just chucked on a few hemp, maize, some pellets and some broken boilies around my pop-up, and in the evening, or late tonight, I'm hoping that the carp will come in onto the spot, and then hopefully help himself some my bait. But yeah, so as you can see, on the gravel pit, clear area, and obviously they've got the little ones feeding there already. So that's the location I've used today for this session. So fingers crossed that that spot will produce the fish, and I've just done the same on the other side of the swim. I've got my other rod. I haven't got my rods in the same area because of the weed. I don't want to get entangled up if I catch during the night. But I've got a swim just literally with a tree whip next to me. The same again. I found a gravel pit. I've got a tree hanging over just over here. I've just found a gravel pit. This one's a little bit further out. It's about 6, 7 foot out. And there's a gravel spot. Same again, slack lines, flat against the bottom. Pre-baited up. And once the fish have finished up there in the weed, in the sun, it's quite humid today. It is sticky. I'm expecting thunder and lightning this evening, so that should be fun. But I think I'll nick a bite because I did last time, so my confidence is still high in flying from last time. But if I catch anything, I'll update it. But cheers, and I'll catch you in a bit. What I'm going to talk to you about now is the bait I've been using for most of summer, and what I'll be using up until late autumn, early winter. But so the first thing I'm going to use in this session, which I always bring with me, is hemp and maize, which I've pre-prepped at home. If I just show you that now. Carp love hemp and they love maize. So nothing added to it, just salt water. No extra flavourings, no goos or anything. Just plain old simple maize and hemp. They don't need nothing added to them. They can work by themselves. So I don't like to spoil things, but that's what's been doing me most of the catches throughout the summer. Next I'll go on to the pellet, 2mm micro pellet, mixed with some big pellet in there as well. Just gives me another dimension to change hook baits and everything if I want to change up. And then I've also got trusty old boilies. I haven't got a load, just try and keep it to a minimum with the boilies, but I've got some cell mainline boilies in there, and then I've got some mad baits winter Z. So I'll break five or four of these up and chuck them around the hook bait as well. So that's what I'll be using throughout this session, and hopefully it gets me a fish on the bank. Cheers. How you all doing? As you can see, it's late afternoon. The sun's starting to drop now, and the light's starting to dim. All day the carp have been hanging around at the back of the lake, and if I show you now, just out the back there, you can see there's a tree line coming across, and then there's like a little gap. Well, just in that gap over there, the carp have been swimming in and out as they've been laying up in the weed at the top end of the lake. They've been coming down and then just dipping in and out of there along the back. I can see their dorsal fins, their tails coming up. So what I've had to do, because my heart kept telling me I need to get in the vicinity over there of the fish, get a chod on. So I put a chod on into the weed, and I've offered up a load of freebies, about 40 to 50 boilies over the top of it. Last time I was here, I had one take on the trod over there in the evening, but I've still got my right hand rod on the gravel part over here. I had 4 takes on that in one night, and it landed 3, so quite confident that I might get a bite, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's my change of plans for this evening. If I catch anything, obviously I'll keep you updated, and fingers crossed I can get one on the bank to show you. Cheers. about 4:30, my bobbin went did it up to the top and just went solid. I sat there, nothing happened, so I'm done with spooks, just fishing tight lines because of the weed, reeled a little bit out, and once again, boom, tight line again. Reeled in, not much of a fight, just felt like a real dead heavy weight. Big ball of weed, so I switched my head torch on. As I script out the ball of weed, I just got my PB, 26, just over 26.5 pound. So let's have a look at her. There she is, really thick and black. Happy days. Cheers. Days. My personal best before that was £24 and I caught that about 6-7 years ago. So still not that magic 30, still hunting for that, but it's still PB, and to catch a fish like that in this lake, which is very difficult, where you're just fishing for a bite, it's a result. I didn't tell you I caught it on my left rod last night, which I put a chod on it in the end, about 2.5 inches long the chod was, just because of the weed and the way it sits. I think the best tool you've got in your tackle bag is your eyes, to be honest with you, because I seen a fish all yesterday afternoon wallowing up in the weed, which is kind of unfishable, but now and then they're cruising along the back there, just dipping out, showing their dorsal fins and tails. So my gut instinct was telling me that I need to get a rig over there, and the best rig for that was a chod rig, and then I scattered about 50 to 60 ballies over the top of it late last night, and I just waited out, and it paid off in the end. On my right hand rod, on the gravel patch, which I had 3 takes last time, I didn't have nothing on this one, so I've moved places this morning. There's a snags van over the back, I've seen them coming in and out there this morning, so I chucked another chod on that one and pre-baited that up, and hopefully I can nick another fish this morning. I normally catch the fish in the evenings. I think that's when they decide to get their head down. It's been quite hot over the last week, so I think this is a night venue, so if anyone comes to Whittleford Pit and want to fish it during the day, you're hardly going to get a bite, and that's my honest opinion. I've been here 3 times, all my bites come late in the evening or early hours in the morning. I've been here 3 times, done 3 sessions, and each time I've had a fish on the bank, and it's always been when it's very low light. So that's my tip. Pink seems to be it. Catching up, everything I've caught on here has been on pink pop-up. So yeah, that's my advice for this place. If I catch another one, I'll update you and tell you on the blog, but if I don't, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.